So I haven't done anything on the LS since the last time you guys seen it. I did put the valve covers on and I put the carburetor on there. Hopefully you guys seen that. Got me pretty excited. It makes me want to get this thing running a little bit. But today what we're going to do is change that cam. So what we're going to do is line up this timing mark and the timing mark down on the crank sprocket down there. It'll be hard to shoot the picture, but I'll be able to see it with my eyes. Line those up, and then I can take the cam gear off and just leave the timing chain hanging. And then what we're going to do is put the cam gear back on and spin the cam, and what it's going to do is the lifters in here are going to jump up into little plastic holders, and they're going to hold them up in there while I pull the cam out, which is kind of nice. I love that feature on these LS engines. So you got to make sure you got the push rods and everything out, which I do. So gonna do that, and then I'll show you the cam that we're putting in. Alright, so we got a big hole where the cam used to be, so we managed to get that out. If we look in here real close, you can see the lifters up in the hole there. It's kind of cool. I love that feature of these motors. And then here's the difference. Factory cam, factory lobes. The new cam, the new lobes. Much cooler. So what we got, 595 valve lift on the intake, 598 on the exhaust, and 232 and 234 lift at 50 thou with 110 degree lobe separation. So punching this into a computer, it should make roughly 500 horse. So what I'm going to do now is smother this thing in assembly loop and stuff it back into place. Alright, so we got everything back together. Little thrust plate back here. Torqued those bolts down to 18 foot-pounds. Put the cam sprocket on, got my marks all lined up again. Got those torqued down to 26 foot-pounds, just like they're supposed to be. Now I can clean up the gasket surfaces here, make sure everything's nice and clean and good to go, and we can finally put the timing cover back on. And then, time to change the springs. Need bigger springs to handle this bigger cam, so we went and got the comp cams ones that they recommended. They're a dual valve spring setup, so yeah, hopefully everything goes nice and smooth there. So I'll let you know what I'm doing here in a minute. So we got all the gasket surfaces cleaned up nicely. And I'm going to put everything back together. One thing to note, these little points in here where you get two gaskets sealing together, you want to put a little bit of silicone in there. A little more brake clean to dry up here, but a little bit of silicone in there just to help dry it, seal it up to three points together. And then all the gaskets I'm using in here so far are Felpro gaskets. So they're the ones that I trust. I've tried other ones, I haven't been happy with them, so this is the ones I use. Yeah, working really great for me. So yeah, we're gonna put the gasket in. New front crank seal and the timing cover, the new gaskets. Comes with everything we need for all kinds of different stuff in there, depending on how far you take stuff apart. And then we'll put this bad boy back on there and start working on the rest of the valve train. Alright, this was another one of those I couldn't help it, I just had to install it because the timing cover was on. Got myself a Moroso electric water pump. So I'm gonna have our inlet going from the bottom of the rad into here, and then I can plumb these. These aren't in the right spots yet, I just threaded them in to make them look cool. Plumb these wherever I want them. Gonna have a bracket probably off of this head to a remote thermostat up here and to the top of the rad. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It was shiny, the timing cover's on, I had to put it together. So if you've done this before, you know how that goes. Same thing with last time when I put the carburetor on it and took a little tiny shot of the carburetor with the valve covers on. I didn't need it on there, but I just wanted to see it. So yes, so excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Alright, let's get some more work done. Alright, with more upgrades also comes more tools. I had to get myself, I bought this back when I put the LS in the Mistress. got the LS valve spring compressor, which is this. You bolt it on to the pedestals, where the pedestals go. It's got a jack screw and a plate that holds down this, and then you push it down, push this down. You put an air fitting in here, fill the cylinder with air, and then press down on the valve spring retainers to take everything apart. And then you can change the springs. Once that combustion chamber is filled with 150 psi of air, those valves aren't going anywhere. So you can push down on these, get everything apart, put the new springs in and all that kind of stuff in. But yeah, you can obviously see who I trust for my all my valve stuff. So this is the dual valve spring kit for the new cam. This is what was recommended. And then I went and got some new upgraded comp cams push rods. You can see there, it tells you the part number, comp cams, 7.4 is the length, and 080 is the wall thickness. So these things will be tough. You just got to wash them up a little bit. Make sure you check down every one of them. Make sure there's no debris inside. Clean them all out, blow them out with air. Then you can install them, install the springs, and then we're going to have a happy valve train. Alright, time to get this stuff put in. Alright, so once we open up the valve spring kit, here's what it all comes with. We got the base plates, the spring seats that go on the head. We have the dual valve springs. So you got two springs in there, one goes inside the other one. Make sure everything stays happy with that cam and everything works properly. New valve seals, which is always good. You don't want to be burning oil. And new tool steel retainers. I could have opted for the titanium, it's quite a bit more money. And then we also got new locks. So it's a complete kit, comes with everything, which is nice. And that's what was recommended, that's what we're doing. And there we go. So we're going to take all that stuff, swap it out for all this stuff, which is just the regular factory springs, beehive style, regular springs and all that kind of stuff, single springs, no dampers in there or nothing. Let's take all that stuff off, put all this stuff on. It's quite a bit of work, so let's get busy. Alright, so there's the tool installed. Presses down on the valve springs. You got to put air into the cylinder, so I got part of my compression tester device rigged up so I can put shop air into the cylinder. And that's what they look like when they're done. That double valve springs, got the retainers, everything in there. Took a little bit of time just to get the retainers and everything lined up when I'm putting everything back together, but damn, it looks good. So now you put some push rods in that hole, torque down the rocker arms, and move on to the next one. So only 7 more to do. 7 more cylinders to do. 14 more valve springs. And yeah, I might as well just keep going, stay busy, get this thing close as I can to getting her in the car. There we go. One side completely done. It is a little time consuming. You got to make sure you do it right. Make sure them keepers stay in place right there. There you can see them. Those little keepers hold everything together, so they got to be in there pretty good. Torqued all these bolts down, 22 foot-pounds. Starting to look really good. I just about got a race car motor here. So I think I'm done for the night. It's neck's getting sore from being bent over the damn motor again, so yeah, it's starting to look really good again. Some shiny stuff, some not so shiny stuff, red, my favorite colors, red, silver, and black, baby. Alright, we will take care of more of this tomorrow.